Welcome to English Hoot, the podcast that helps you learn English with fun, laughter, and a few strange jokes along the way. I'm your host, Lily, and yes, I do love coffee and grammar equally.
And I'm Sam, your friendly English buddy who once tried to learn French for a week and gave up after realizing croissant was the only word I liked. Thanks for joining us today.
Today's topic is very exciting. It's simple, it's powerful, and no, it's not a magic trick, but it almost feels like one.
Yes, friends, today we're talking about the secret to learning English faster. And guess what? That secret is listening.
That's right, not listening to your noisy neighbor or your cat's daily meow concert, but listening to English every single day.
Now, we know what you're thinking. That's it? Just listen? But hold on, before you scroll away to watch cat videos, let us explain why this is truly a game changer.
Have you been studying English for months or years, but still feel like your English is stuck in traffic?
Like, your brain is saying, "Sorry, we're experiencing some delays, please hold."
We get it. It's frustrating. But here's some good news. Listening to English can help you get unstuck. It's like putting your English skills on a skateboard. Suddenly, things start moving.
Exactly. When you listen more, you get better at so many things. Pronunciation, vocabulary, understanding people, and even feeling more confident when you speak.
Let me ask you something. Have you ever been afraid to speak English because you weren't sure if you'd understand the other person?
Or maybe you worry you'll say something strange like, "I am carrot," instead of, "I am tired."
Yes, we've all been there. But guess what? Listening helps with both of these worries. The more English you hear, the more natural it feels. It's like training your ears and your brain at the same time.
You start to recognize words, patterns, and even the rhythm of how people speak. Suddenly, you're not just learning English, you're feeling it.
And here's something fun to think about. How did you learn your first language? As a baby, did you start with grammar books?
Nope, babies don't say, "Ah, yes, today I shall study the past perfect tense."
Exactly. You listened. You listened to your parents, your siblings, maybe even the TV. And one day, you started talking. English is no different. Listening comes first. Speaking comes later.
So, friends, if you want to speak like a pro, start by listening like a baby. Not crying like one, though. Please.
So, how do we make listening a habit? First, treat it like brushing your teeth. Hopefully, you do that every day, right?
We're not judging, but if your toothbrush is still in its packaging, maybe it's time for some new habits, both in hygiene and English.
Anyway, the point is, listen to English every day. You don't need to sit in a quiet room with headphones for 3 hours.
Nope, just 10 to 15 minutes a day can work wonders. That's like one episode of a short cartoon, or half a walk around the block with your dog.
And if you don't have a dog, borrow your neighbor's. Tell them it's for your English homework.
Now here's an important tip. Listen to something you enjoy. Seriously, don't torture yourself with boring news about global carrot prices, unless you really love carrots.
If you like sports, listen to sports news. If you love cooking, watch English cooking videos. If you're into music, try English songs. Make it fun.
Because when learning is fun, it doesn't feel like learning. It feels like a hobby. A very smart hobby that impresses people at parties.
You might be wondering, but what about different accents? Great question.
English comes in many flavors: American, British, Australian, and even Scottish, where people speak like they just ran out of breath but kept talking anyway.
At first, different accents might sound confusing, but don't worry, your brain is amazing. It can learn new sounds faster than you learn your Wi-Fi password.
Try mixing it up. One day, listen to an American podcast. The next day, try a British YouTube channel. Soon, your ears will be like, "Bring it on!"
Here's the thing. Textbooks can teach grammar, but they don't always teach real English, the kind people actually use in everyday life.
Like when someone says, "It's a piece of cake." That doesn't mean they're offering you dessert. It means something is super easy.
And if you only study from books, you'll probably miss those fun phrases. But listening, that's where the real stuff lives.
Listening helps you hear slang, idioms, and the tone people use. Like when someone says, "That's great," in a flat voice, they might actually mean, "That's terrible."
Yes, welcome to the world of sarcasm. Listening helps you understand not just the words, but also the feelings behind them.
And trust me, that's very useful. It can save you from answering "thank you" to someone who just insulted your cooking, politely.
So, listening helps your vocabulary, your pronunciation, your understanding of real English, and your sense of humor.
It also builds your confidence. The more you understand, the less nervous you feel when speaking.
Let's talk about confidence for a minute. Because, let's be honest, speaking English can feel scary, like being on a stage in your pajamas.
Or like ordering food in English and accidentally asking for chicken shampoo instead of chicken sandwich. True story, don't ask.
The good news? Listening can help you feel more ready. It's like studying for a test. If you study, you feel confident. If you don't, you panic and suddenly forget what a noun is.
Same with English. If you listen a lot, your brain says, "Hey, I know this. I've heard this before." That makes you more relaxed and ready to speak.
And please remember, it's okay to make mistakes. Even native speakers mess up. I once said, "I'm boring," instead of "I'm bored," and people believed me.
That's the magic of learning. You fall down, then you laugh, then you get up. Preferably not in that order.
Now, maybe you're thinking, but what if I don't understand everything I hear? Guess what? That's totally fine.
Do you understand every word when watching a movie in your own language? Probably not. But you still enjoy it and get the story, right?
Same goes for English. You don't need to understand every single word. Focus on the big picture, the main idea. Like when you see a pizza, you don't need to know every ingredient to know it's delicious.
Here's a trick. Use English subtitles. Yes, subtitles. They're not cheating. They're smart.
You read the words while you hear them. Over time, you'll need the subtitles less and less. It's like training wheels on a bike. Eventually, you just ride.
Another great thing about listening, it helps you learn new words without a dictionary.
Let's say you hear someone say, "I always procrastinate." You might not know that word, but if they're talking about homework and saying it with a guilty face, you can guess it means delay things. This is called learning from context, and it's a superpower. No cape required.
And it teaches you how words naturally go together in real life. You won't say, "I very love it," because you've heard "I really love it" 100 times before.
The more you listen, the more natural your English sounds. Like music, the more you hear the rhythm, the easier it is to dance along. And trust us, once your English starts to sound natural, people will say, "Wow, where did you learn that?" And you can say, "Oh, just some light listening and a podcast called English Hoot."
That's right. English Hoot, making English fun, one hoot at a time.
Now let's talk about real-life situations. You know, the kind where you have to actually use your English. Scary, right?
Like traveling to an English-speaking country and trying to find a bathroom, or worse, trying to ask where the bathroom is.
Exactly. But when you've been listening to English every day, those situations become much easier. It's like your ears have been training for this moment.
Imagine being in a business meeting, or ordering food at a restaurant, or asking for help in a shop. If your listening skills are strong, you can understand what people say and respond without feeling like a deer in headlights.
That's why listening is not just about learning English. It's about preparing for real life. The kind where people speak fast, use slang, and don't wait for you to open your dictionary app.
So, how do we put this into action? Let's make it simple.
Step 1, choose something to listen to. A podcast, a video, a song, anything in English.
Step 2. Set a timer for 10 to 15 minutes. That's it. No need for a 5-hour language marathon. You're not training for the Olympics.
Step 3. Listen every day. Make it a habit, like brushing your teeth or checking your phone first thing in the morning. You know who you are.
Step 4. Repeat. That's it. Easy, right?
And here's a bonus tip. Try listening while doing other things. Multitasking. You can listen while commuting, cooking, jogging, folding laundry, or pretending to do yoga.
English in your ears, exercise in your legs. That's what we call full body learning.
Now let's be honest. Some days you might forget, or you'll feel lazy, or your favorite TV show will call you like a siren of procrastination.
That's okay. We've all been there. Just get back on track the next day. Learning English is not a race. It's a journey, with snacks, hopefully.
So let's do a quick summary of what we've learned so far.
Listening is one of the best things you can do to improve your English. It helps with pronunciation, vocabulary, understanding accents, and real conversation.
It builds confidence, it helps you sound natural, and it prepares you for real-life situations, like job interviews, travel, or impressing your English-speaking crush.
All it takes is 10 to 15 minutes a day. And if you enjoy what you're listening to, it doesn't even feel like studying.
So go ahead, listen to your favorite English podcast, YouTube channel, or song. Make it a part of your life, like coffee or cat videos.
But cooler, because this one helps you get fluent.
All right, English Hoot listeners, you've stuck with us this far, which means you're serious about learning English, or you just really like our jokes.
Either way, we love you for it. And now, it's time for a little challenge. Don't worry, it doesn't involve running or math.
Here it is. Starting today, make English listening part of your daily routine. Just 10 to 15 minutes a day.
You can even make a checklist, like 1. Brush teeth. 2. Eat breakfast. 3. Listen to English. 4. Look amazing. Optional, but recommended.
And remember, don't stress about understanding everything. Focus on the feeling, the rhythm, and the general meaning. Think of it like swimming. You don't need to drink the water to stay afloat.
That's true. In fact, we strongly recommend not drinking the water, especially if it's from the public swimming pool.
Let's talk about what kind of content is best for listening. Honestly, anything that makes you smile, laugh, or say, "Wow, I didn't know that."
Podcasts like, English Hoot are a great place to start. Shameless plug? Maybe, but also true.
If you like stories, try listening to audiobooks. If you like drama, watch a TV series in English. But don't fall in love with the main character. That's dangerous.
And if you're into facts and learning new things, try listening to documentary clips or science videos. Just don't watch videos about black holes before bed. Trust me.
The key is, keep it interesting. Boredom is the enemy of language learning. If you're bored, your brain will wander off to think about dinner.
Or pizza. Usually pizza.
Exactly. So make your listening time fun. Use headphones, find a cozy spot, grab a snack. Make it your English moment of the day.
Also, don't forget to mix things up sometimes. Listen to fast speakers, slow speakers, serious ones, silly ones, and yes, even British people who sound like they've had tea since birth.
The more different kinds of English you hear, the stronger your ears become. Soon you'll be the language version of a ninja, fast, smart, and maybe wearing cool headphones.
So, what do you say? Are you ready to give it a try?
Because every time you listen, you're not just learning words. You're building a skill. You're making progress, even if it's just a little each day.
Tiny steps lead to big changes. One podcast, one episode, one joke at a time.
Let's take a moment to imagine your future. You're sitting in a cafe in London, New York, or Sydney. You order your coffee in perfect English. The barista smiles and says, "Wow, your English is amazing."
And you say, "Oh, thanks. I listen to English Hoot every day." And then we appear behind you and give you a high five. Okay, not really, but we'll be proud of you from afar.
The truth is, when you make listening a habit, English becomes part of your world. It's not just a subject in school anymore. It's a tool you use every day.
And you start to think in English. That's when the magic really begins. You hear a question and you don't translate, you just answer. Boom, like a pro.
Let's not forget, English is everywhere. Music, movies, games, business, travel, the internet. Even your phone probably speaks English better than your cousin Steve.
Poor Steve. He tries.
So, the more English you hear, the more doors open for you. Better jobs, more travel, deeper conversations, and yes, maybe even love.
Let's be honest. "I love your accent" is a very good start to a relationship.
And "I like your grammar" is, well, it's romantic in a very nerdy way. But we approve.
So, to wrap things up, here's the final plan. Are you ready?
Step 1. Pick something fun in English. Step 2. Listen for 10 to 15 minutes a day. Step 3. Don't worry about being perfect. Step 4. Repeat daily. Add snacks if needed.
And step 5? Come back to English Hoot, of course. We've got your ears covered.
Remember, learning English doesn't have to be boring or difficult. You can laugh, enjoy, and grow at the same time.
Like us, we're still growing, especially around the waistline. Too many podcast snacks.
So, dear listener, here's our final message to you today. Keep listening, keep laughing, keep learning.
Because every time you press play, you're one step closer to fluency, and one step closer to surprising yourself.
You've got this. We believe in you. And if you ever feel stuck,
Just come back to us. We'll always be here, hooting encouragement into your headphones.
this has been English Hoot. I'm Lily.
And I'm Sam. Thanks for listening. And don't forget, English is not hard. It just needs good ears and good laughs.
See you next time, language heroes.